This is the Ohio AgNet from the Voice You Know at the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF. Visit with your local ag retailer about 0% financing on all BASF crop protection, seed treatment, and Zetavo brand soybeans now through March 15th. I'm Ty Higgins. Today's midday broadcast takes us to Cherry Valley Hotel in Licking County. That is where a lot of young ag professionals will be descending this weekend for this year's Winter Leadership Experience. Kenton Richter is my guest. He is new to the YAP committee through Ohio Farm Bureau. And let's start there. Why did you decide to take a leadership role and be on the committee with YAP?
Well, I think it really started with my time in Farm Bureau. I started in Collegiate Farm Bureau at Ohio State, and then my first Winter Leadership Experience was at Kalahari when they first brought it back. And I think from that moment, I saw the committee and the things they do, and it was something I wanted to be a part of. Even back home in my hometown, I'm a junior fair board advisor. I think it's really important that as young people, as we kind of get to that little bit older age, not too old, but we need to step up as leaders and give back to the people younger than us. For me, my whole life, I feel like I've been blessed, whether it's 4-H, fair, all these different things I've been a part of. I've had these great mentors and these great leaders, and in the back of my mind, I've always been wow, I got a great experience because of great leaders, so I need to step up and be a great leader and give back to the people that are younger than me.
What's this first year been like for you?
It's been really smooth, and I really credit that to the class that's the class that's getting ready to come out. I've been blessed with some great mentors. Mike Hanelwald and John Hummel have been especially great to me. And when you have those people that are experienced and they're willing to work with young people like me that don't know what they're doing yet, but they want me to succeed, and I think they've really helped me out and made things pretty smooth.
When it comes to planning a conference like this, I mentioned there's a lot of young people going to be coming here to learn and to network, but what does your generation look for when it comes to a conference, and how do you gauge what you need to put on the agenda?
Right, so I think we really look for things that help us grow professionally in agriculture. That's important. Things that relate to our field. So we're not just talking about corn and soybeans at these conferences. We kind of service all aspects of ag. We have everything in our breadbasket. We service the row crop farmers. We service our people in livestock, but we also service people in our marketing and our sales and all those different aspects of agriculture. Because when people look at agriculture, they think, well, it's just a tractor and it goes back and forth. But the reality is that's not the truth. You got your salesmen, you got your marketing, you got all those different aspects, and that's what I really like about what we do here at this conference. You get the whole breadbasket. And I think we really do a good job of trying to service everybody. After every conference, we always look at the reviews really thoroughly. If something really stands out, we try to make sure it's at the conference next year. We repeat the things that work, and if something doesn't work, maybe we try to tune it or we take it out. So.
A full agenda here for the next couple of days in Granville at Cherry Valley Hotel. Kenton Richter, my guest. He is the first year on the Young Ag Professionals Committee, helping to plan this event for young people all across Ohio. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Get a check of the markets now, brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. Here's Ryan Martin.
Got some lake effect cloud cover coming in, and even a bit of lake effect snowfall that's trying to pop up in northeastern Ohio. But generally today's story is just cold. Tomorrow cold as well, with clouds increasing, and then overnight tomorrow night through Sunday and into early Monday, we've got a major winter storm. Significant snowfalls across the Buckeye State, especially in the south. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thank you, Ryan. Joined now by Casey Hummel. She is terming out of the Young Ag Professionals Leadership Committee, but had a big hand in planning this year's Winter Leadership Experience. And Casey, what are some of the highlights this year?
Yeah, so we're super excited to have everybody at Newark this year. We have 2 keynote speakers, Coach Kaya as well as Jim Swartz, and we have a lot of different topics ranging from leadership development panels we have in store, as well as other agriculture related topics. And super excited to have the group here this year at a new location and harvesting new horizons.
Can you talk about your experience on the committee and what you've learned and what you've garnered from this leadership role?
Yeah, so I can't believe it's already passed. It's flown by 2.5, almost 3 years, but really enjoyed the experience and the relationships and connections we've made along the way. Not only from a personal, professional side of things, learning more about the ag industry. I think, being in a farming family now, not raised in a farm family, learning on the agriculture industry, as well as those core leadership skill sets that I've gained and the connections I've made to further enable me in my career, professionally, but also personally, and how that's really shaped me and as I've gotten through.
Casey Hummel, one of the many leaders of the Young Ag Professionals through Ohio Farm Bureau, putting on the 2026 Winter Leadership Experience this weekend in Newark at Cherry Valley Hotel. Midday Markets on the Ohio AgNet, brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance, online at seedconsultants.com. Corn for March, 4 3/4 higher at midday, 428 3/4. May, 437 1/2, picking up 5 1/4. Soybeans for March, 7 cents to the good at 1071. May, 1083 1/4 and 7 cents higher. July wheat up 6 1/2 at midday, 545 1/2. Live cattle for February down $1.15 at 231.22. April 233.37, down $1.45. Feeder cattle for March down 327, trading at 356 on the number. April feeders 354.42 and down by 352. Lean hogs, the bright spot for the livestock trade, up by a dime for February at 88.57. Lean hogs for April 96.37 and up by 2 cents. From the Ohio Farm Bureau Young Ag Professionals Winter Leadership Experience in Newark, I'm Ty Higgins. This is the Ohio AgNet.